What if strength wasn't about carrying it all, but knowing when to lay it down? Hey there, my name is Montina Myers-Galloway. I'm a licensed therapist. I'm the owner of Myers-Galloway Counseling, and I also created the Don't Call Me Strong retreat. And it is a retreat experience that is specifically designed to support the healing of Black women caregivers, whether they became caregivers intentionally by profession or unintentionally from a young age. The Don't Call Me Strong retreat is a retreat that's designed as a sanctuary for Black women to release the burdens of perpetual strength, reconnect with their authentic selves, and heal in a supportive community. Join the wait list. You do not have to do this alone. I'm muted, but I'm not anymore. Hello, everyone. We are coming to you live a little bit early because we want to check our technical difficulties, make sure we don't have as many as we did last night. Oh, and so I won't see anybody when they come into the Zoom room, which I guess is good.
Okay, so let me mess.
We got 1 minute until showtime. Fingers crossed, no technical difficulties. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is day 3 of Rest and
Recording
Reset
in progress.
University. I am so glad to be here. We are going to let just a few minutes pass so we can get everybody in the room. I am feeling a lot better. Like I said the other day, my daughter gave me an amazing gift from school, caused my voice to be a little scratchy, but we're here. I got plenty of water. Last night I ran out of water. Literally, it was such a challenge last night, but we are here. We are live, and I'm so excited to get into the topic for today. Today's topic is Your Body Has Something to Say, and we are going to talk about listening to your body over approval seeking for other people. Again, we're going to wait a few more minutes to let folks come in because I want to see their smiling faces. We've had some great participation so far this week. And I don't know if y'all know this, but this is my first 5-day challenge. And it has been a challenge. So I've been excited to do something new. How was everybody's day? How was everybody's day? How you doing? How you feeling? If you're watching me now, tag a friend, tag somebody who needs to rest, tag somebody who they might be doing a little bit too much. Tell them to come on in the room. Tell them to come on in the room. Rest and Reset University, day 3. Awesome. Let's see if I can see anybody on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I feel a little lost. I can't see anything when people come in. Montina, you can't have it both ways, girl. Come on in. Tag your people. Let's go. Hey, D. Hey, D. Welcome. 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 We are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we also have a special Zoom room. So if you have not gotten the link to register, join us in Zoom. That's where all the chat's happening. That's where all the gems are being dropped. Tell me, D, where are you located? Right, Nani, join the Zoom now so you don't miss out on the giveaways. Absolutely. Hello, D from Maryland. Awesome. And it looks like we are having a bit of a challenge streaming from Facebook. But like I said, we're going to thug it out. We are just going to thug it out. Well, welcome to Rest and Reset University, D. Share it with a friend. Send it to somebody who needs it. We are not going to keep this a secret. We are not going to keep this a secret. And I'm not going to click on anything because I do not want to disconnect it from Facebook. Mm-hmm. Come on in. All right, it is 6:35. We are going to go ahead and get started because your time is valuable. I am so excited that you are here. Welcome to day 3 of Rest and Reset University. Let's go ahead and get started. We have had some amazing conversations and connections over the past few nights, and I don't want it to stop. So let's get right into today. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about the ways that our body tells us that we need to rest and reset. And it's so important. You know, sometimes I believe that we can take our body for granted sometimes. And all the while, our body speaks to us. It tells us when we're hungry, you know, it tells us when we need to pay attention to it. Your body speaks to you in ways that I'm hoping that you will learn to listen to. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Before we do that, we got a few housekeeping things. We can go ahead to the first slide of the evening, Bianca. This content belongs to Montina Myers-Galloway and Myers-Galloway Counseling, and it is for personal use within this event only. You may not copy, share, or repurpose any materials without written permission. We may pursue legal remedies for misuse. Your attendance does not create a therapeutic relationship. This session may be recorded, including event, video, audio, and screen names. By attending, you consent to internal use of the recording. If you prefer privacy, please turn off your camera, mute your microphone, or change your screen name. You can find us in Skool. So my name is Montina Myers-Galloway. I am a licensed therapist, and I am the owner of Myers-Galloway Counseling, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for nearly a decade, my team and I have been able to support over 300 women through over 5,000 hours of healing therapeutic hours. We create healing retreats. We have an amazing membership community where you can find in the Skool platform throughout the duration of this event. And we also offer one-on-one therapy for North Carolina residents. In the Skool community is where we connect. It's where a lot of your resources and tools and the information that's going to help you throughout this challenge, this is where it will all be. So the homework assignments that we do, the conversations that we're having, it's all going to take place inside Skool. So a member of our team should be dropping the links inside for you to register for Skool. If you have not logged into Skool yet, you can access the Skool platform on a computer, or the best thing to do is log into the app, download the app, find Legacy Shifters, or if you use the link, it'll take you right to it. But this is where the magic happens. That's going to be your hub. That's going to be where everything takes place. So you don't want to miss out on that. So let's just go into a little bit of what you will need throughout the duration of this event. We have been meeting together for the past 2 nights. Tonight is night 3, and Rest and Reset University. We want to make sure that you are able to focus on you. So that means no distractions. If you have the TV on, or maybe if the kids are around, no distractions. This is your opportunity to focus on what you need and to connect with people who actually are on the same page as you, who actually want the same thing. So no distractions. A journal would be very helpful. What is also critically important is to have an open mind. It is important for you to be open to what the possibilities could be for you. And I know I've been there where sometimes it's hard to even see, or it's hard to even dream or have desires of your own. But along this journey, it's going to be very important for you to have an open mind. And last but certainly not least, it's going to be incredibly important for you to have and express your desire to do and be different. And if you are here, if you're watching this, that's the first step. That is the first step. There was something about this event that stood out to you, whether you found us on Facebook, whether you are on our email list, the Responsible One newsletter that goes out every Tuesday. But there is something about the message that I share that caught your attention. Okay, so that's the first step. And I want you to know that that desire does not stop here. So I mentioned about the Skool app and the Skool community earlier. And what I want you to know about the Skool community is that this is where your voice is heard. This is where you get to share your stories. You get to use your voice. And as you are using your voice, I've created this community to reflect your journey throughout this process. And so if you, once you log into the Skool community, you'll see something that says leaderboards. And the leaderboards are organized into levels. So just by logging in, just by commenting, you are on level 1. You're on the brave enough level. You're brave enough to speak up. You're brave enough to support someone else in their journey in the community. And there are a total of 9 levels that I want you to think through. And these are not just like words in an app or levels in an app per se, but this was intentionally created for you to ultimately get to the level of unbound and free. And so I want you to consider that. Every time you post something, every time you like a post and engage in the community, you get points. Okay. And so you get an opportunity to work your way up through this journey inside of the app, but also you get to build some new connections at the same time. So our motto here is do more of what works. Do more of what works. Sometimes I think that we get so caught in the habit or the hustle of life in general that we are on autopilot, not really thinking or considering if something actually is benefiting us, if something if we've outgrown something. But our motto here at Rest and Reset University is we do more of what works. Put that in the chat. Do more of what works. Do more of what works. Do more of what works. I want you to keep that in your mind, and not just after the finale on Friday, but I want you to keep that in your mind after this challenge. Do more of what works. If it's no longer working for you to carry everybody else's problems, or if it's no longer working for you to come to everybody else's rescue, do more of what works. So let's take a look at what we've covered so far. Day one, we talked about the permission to pause. We went through the process of reframing rest as a necessary part of belonging, not proving. And we spotted and pointed out those old scripts that no longer serve us, that say, well, if I quit or if I rest, then that's the same as quitting. We also pointed out the fact that a lot of us seek permission to do certain things when we could just use our self-agency to take our own permission to rest. Then day two, yesterday, we talked about undoing overgiving. We uncovered those approval-seeking triggers, and your homework was to practice one clear boundary, and that moved from rescuing to reciprocity. So far, we've done permission to pause, and we've talked about undoing overgiving. So I want to share a little bit more about some of the work that I do. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the session, we're based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Over the past nearly 10 years, we've been helping Black women heal from the negative mental health impact of parentification. I know it's a mouthful, but essentially, we help Black women who have been responsible for caring for a sibling or caring for a parent from as early as 6 years old. Sometimes that's the earliest that I've heard. And so we love to get feedback from our clients, and I'd love to share a little bit about what one client had to say about their experience with us. Montina has a way of seeing through the mask. She helped me name what I was carrying and gave me permission to finally set it down. I've never felt so safe and understood. And that is what we intend. That is what my goal is to create with these different environments. Legacy Shifters, which is the membership community that I mentioned at the beginning, with Myers Galloway Counseling, with our therapy clients in North Carolina, and also with Rest and Reset University. This is intended to be a safe space for you. One other client said working with Montina was a turning point. She doesn't just teach rest, she lives it and shows you how to make it real in your own life. I left with tools I can actually use every day. And so that's one thing I'm definitely sure that those who came last night and the couple nights before, we really talk about practical tools and things that you can take into your real life to use to set boundaries, excuse me, and to continue to have longevity and sustainability in your life. So let's take a look at the roadmap ahead. And so this is a quick snapshot of what we've done and what we have coming up. Day one, permission to pause. Day two, undoing overgiving. And today, day 3, we're going to be talking about the subtle cues in our body that tells us when it's time to rest. On day 4, we're going to be covering the strategic nature of having joy in your life. And then last but certainly not least, the grand finale on Friday, you will be creating your rest and reset declaration. Okay? That means you cannot miss day 5. You cannot miss day 5. Okay? I want you to put it in the chat. Do more of what works. Don't miss day 5. Don't miss day 5 because that is your day. You're going to take the culmination of everything you learned and create your very own rest declaration. Do not miss day 5. So here's a little bit about what happens each night. Excuse me. So instead of a simple mindset check, we're going to be doing a deeper belief check. Okay? What beliefs are showing up? After we do that belief check, I'm going to go into the topic for the night. We're going to be using real examples and homework action items. And then we'll give away some goodies. Okay? So tonight's giveaway, drum roll please in the chat. Tonight's winner will be receiving a free copy of Why Am I Like This by Kobe Campbell. She is an amazing therapist here. She has an amazing podcast and YouTube channel, and she's based here in Charlotte as well. But the winner will receive a free copy of this book. Now, the way you win, okay? The way you win is you engage in the chat, because I like to talk. Tell my team or ask my team. I like to talk. And so I want you to talk back. I want to understand what's landing for you in this information, what is not. So the winner will be the person who engages and the person who stands out the most in the chat. So also, we want you to let the world know, okay, that you're putting your foot down. You are putting your foot down and you are spreading the word about the importance of rest and also about the importance of you getting rest. So in your confirmation email, you should have received a Canva link for you to upload your own photo into this frame. And then after you upload your photo into that frame, you'll upload it and upload it to Facebook and Instagram, share it, put your chosen caption, but tag me in it, and then put the hashtag reclaiming my rest. I've seen a couple people do it this week. So proud. And I'm so happy because, and by the way, Bianca, you did an amazing job. The badges look good. Like, we want people to know that this is a thing. Okay. So share your badge on socials and tag me in it because we need to start a revolution. This is a revolution. All right. So it's time. You change your life by changing your beliefs. And you showed up here because you knew something needed to change. And so, yes, mindset is important. But the things that what you believe about yourself shows up in the people you hang around. It shows up in the things that you allow to happen in relationships. The things that you believe about yourself impact you. And I dare to say, it essentially runs your life. So what is it that you believe tonight? What are you coming into this with? Do you believe that you're worthy? Do you believe that other people are more worthy? What is the belief that you are coming into this experience with? So yesterday I asked ChatGPT to give me an image that describes beliefs or inner core beliefs. And this is the image that it gave me. And I was like, that's it. That's it. This is an image of a tree with roots and anchors and a compass and a heart and a mountain. And it was the perfect, or it is the perfect description to me of our inner core beliefs. Everything flows from it. So one of my favorite scriptures is Proverbs, and it says, guard your heart, for everything flows from it. That is truly what I believe. And so I personally had to assess and manage my own beliefs in order to fix them. One of the beliefs that I shared last night, or realizations rather, that uncovered a negative core belief, was that I wasn't as good as at receiving grace as I was at giving it. Can you imagine the torment that can do to you? So what are your core beliefs? And the challenge is, two people can come from the same environment, same home, but have very different core beliefs and have very different experiences in life. So what's your core beliefs and how is it impacting you today? So let's review last night's homework. Last night was undoing overgiving, and everyone who came, their homework assignment was to observe, witness, and name when they were overgiving. And the example that I gave was, I noticed that interacting with my manager at work triggers my need for approval. It makes me exhausted to try to anticipate all of the things that he may ask for. But instead, and this is the reframe, I will stay in my lane and not only work on what has been clearly, I will stay in my lane and only work on what has been clearly assigned to me, and I will not try to anticipate every single assigned task. Let me open the chat. Tell me in the chat, did you do your homework? Did you do your homework? And it is helpful, y'all, if you turn on your cameras. We would love to see your smiling faces. But if you can't, we understand. Did you do your homework? Okay, Alexis, I see you, boo. And I saw you posted in school. I got you, Zenobia. It's cool. You showed up. This is day 3. We show up for everybody else. Zenobia says, I believe I'm a helper and a nurturer. The challenge is when do I need to stop helping and nurturing? Baby, absolutely. 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 So let's get into it. Your body has something to say. So right now, you might believe one of 3 things, okay? The first thing you might believe is, it's mostly genetics for me. Nothing I will do can change it, right? When it comes to health and paying attention to our bodies, nothing that I can do will change it. Bianca, go ahead and go to the next slide. The second thing that you might be believing is, well, I'll rest once everything is done. I pushed through before. Okay. And then the third thing you might be believing is, well, stress, it's just all in my head. It's only mental. I mean, if I'm coping, my body should be fine. Let me know in the chat. Which one of these have you said or thought? 1, 2, or 3. I'll rest when it's done, Zenobia. Whoo! Nazili says the genetic myth has us in a chokehold. You better say it for the people in the back. And I think when that happens, we give up our power. We give up our power. We give up our agency when we just sort of rest on the fact that, oh, it's genetics. I can't do nothing about it. Okay, but I saw 2. Awesome. So by the end of this training, you will be able to identify 2 body cues that you usually ignore and use a 3-minute reset to respond before. I probably should have put underline and put that in red, before burnout. So in the chat, y'all, I want you, someone from Instagram says, her belief is that to be effective, she must be productive. Yes. Thank you for that. Nazilia in YouTube, hard work means I'm worthy. Y'all. And you gotta think about, like, who made that up? Like, who told us that? It's crazy. But I have a question for you, though. And so you can tell I'm a therapist by the way that I ask some of these questions. So I have said this in a way in therapy before. If your blood pressure could talk, what's the one boundary that it would ask you to set this week? And when will you set it? If your blood pressure could talk, what's the one boundary it would ask you to set this week? And when will you set it? Put it in the chat, wherever you're watching from. If your blood pressure could talk, what's the one boundary that it would ask you to set this week? What's the one boundary? Getting more sleep, Patricia. Yes. What are the things? A saying just came to my mind. What's one thing that grinds your gears? What is one thing that just, like, it raises your blood pressure? It would tell me to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, better manage my day, and block out time for lunch. Say no more often. D, yes, absolutely. So let's get into it. Over the past couple days, we have been looking at these things through the lens of what I call the OWN framework. And the OWN framework stands for observe, witness, and reclaim. Everybody put it in the chat. OWN, observe, witness, and reclaim. Observe, witness, and reclaim. Observe, witness, and reclaim. Now, this is one thing, sometimes I hear clients say, well, if I don't do it, no one else will. This is the one thing that if you don't do, literally nobody else will do it. Own, observe, witness, and reclaim. So we are going to go into the top 5 stress-related health conditions that Black women face. And some of them surprised me, but some of them did not. So let's get into it. Number 1, cardiovascular and heart disease. Cardiovascular, heart disease, and stroke. Excuse me. When I was doing my research, y'all, I found that over 59% of Black women starting at ages 21 have some form of heart disease. 21 years old, y'all. Hypertension and high blood pressure, 58% of Black women versus 41% of white women. Type 2 diabetes and metabolic dysfunction, So essentially blood sugar and hormones. We are at 31% higher risk. Obesity and weight-related issues. 55% of Black women are classified as obese. And so we know that the BMI scale, it wasn't necessarily made for us, but essentially there are some things that we need to address. And then the last one, immune system dysregulation and autoimmune diseases. Black women are at increased risk of lupus, multiple sclerosis, and Hashimoto's disease. So what's coming up for y'all? Put it in the chat. When you all see the top 5 stress-related health conditions in Black women, what do you see? Hey, Latosha, thank you for watching. But when you see these top 5 stress-related health conditions for Black women, what do you see? What comes up? Does it surprise you? Does it not? Absolutely. They're silent killers. And one of the things that, as I was preparing for this, is this aspect of weathering, which essentially is accelerated biological aging because of stress. Weathering, accelerated biological aging because of stress. Welcome, Sherry. Absolutely. Patricia says, how unfortunate it is. And a lot of these are preventable. So what I want you all to take from this is that this is serious. It's a terrible pattern. It's serious. It's preventable. And it's clear evidence that you are worthy of rest and space and support. So let's talk about how it's showing up now. You might have instant cravings. You might be skipping meals, then overeating or snacking at night. You might have a lot of fatigue. You're finding yourself getting maybe 8 to 10 hours of sleep, but you're still feeling tired the next day. You might be functioning through illness, even though you might be finding yourself functioning through illness out of fear of disappointing other people. Canceling vacations, PTO days, the rest days that you already have blocked out. Or you might be avoiding or being inconsistent with your preventative healthcare visits or your follow-up appointments. Latasha from LinkedIn Live says, I'm appalled and this is so rampant. Absolutely. Yes, it is. It is. So which one of these maybe have you experienced or you seen it happen in your circle? How is it showing up now? Put it in the chat. Yes, Nani, stress aggravates all of these. Thank you for sharing, Patricia. I hope you're able to take care of yourself. Absolutely. So let's try some other things instead. There's an amazing opportunity to pause. And I think sometimes anxiety would have us to believe that we have to do more in order to get a certain result, when in actuality, it's those compounding small choices and small decisions taking steps towards progress. So something as simple as pausing, right? Pausing before you respond, pausing before you say yes, pausing before you commit, pausing and before you respond to the text message. Sometimes I'd be waiting like a couple days, not on purpose, really. My mom brain is just like off the charts, but pausing. Another thing you can do is swap out the caffeine or scrolling on your phone, but instead do a 3-minute wind down at night, or leave your phone by the door or downstairs, or something to put some distance between the impulse. Another thing you could do is protect the basics. So instead of immediately getting coffee in the morning, have water first. Block out a 10-minute time block on your calendar to walk. Sometimes I'll even go to the trash can here in my office just to sort of get some air, because even though I have windows, I'm inside a lot as a therapist. Schedule your recovery work. Plan vacations. Yes, that's great, but sometimes a vacation might not always be accessible. Having a phone curfew. You can have one concrete task per week, or delegate one task per week to even start to hold yourself accountable. Absolutely. And Latasha, my husband knows this. It is one of my goals to have a sabbatical. It is one of my goals to have a sabbatical. That is a goal of mine. And so for those of you who are unfamiliar with the sabbatical, essentially it's a time of rest. And I've heard some people say there are different types of sabbaticals as well. But essentially a sabbatical is a longer period of rest and restoration. And that's on my to-do list. So let's go into the OWN framework. The first part of the OWN framework is to observe the pattern. Notice your tendency and your body cues when someone asks you for something. So I know one thing I had to notice about myself when I was in a very stressful job. I would find myself driving in the car, but not really breathing per se. Like I would be so tense, and I would be so, again, tense. That was my cue. And I would notice it, but not take it serious enough. So what could that cue be for you? Could it be sweaty palms all the time? Could it be butterflies all the time? Could it be even sometimes back pain, muscle spasms? Whatever it could be, just notice it, observe it. The next aspect of the OWN framework is witness the cost. There are more costs than I've listed here on this slide, but the emotional cost of guilt and resentment and overwhelm shows up physically. The mental cost, the negative thoughts or the negative beliefs, show up in your body. Things like I'm not enough, even being in toxic work environments where there might be racism or discrimination, or in the world in general, there is a cost to it all. And the last aspect of the OWN framework, we've observed, we've witnessed, and now we're going to name a new choice. Say to yourself, my worth isn't earned by yeses. You can respond by saying, I don't have capacity for that. I can offer X by this date, or I just don't have capacity for that. Let me know in the chat. OWN, witness, name a new choice. How does that sound? Does that sound like something that you could remember and like quickly access? OWN, witness, name a new choice. You have to own your own rest. This framework is simple to remember. It's easy. And this is the only thing that you can do that no one else cannot, is own your rest. Own your rest. So as I was preparing, I ran into some amazing articles. And the Black Women's Health Imperative is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to essentially increasing the data and the knowledge around the impact of Black women's health. And the Index Us, What Healthy Black Women Can Teach Us About Health, this study and this research white paper, I encourage you all to look at it, because although, they are very clear and clear about what the issues are, they also frame it in a positive, healthy, and affirmative light. But the one aspect that I pulled out of this research was the fact that Rest and Reset University has a purpose. There was a section in here that states, but the insidious thing about persistent modern day stress that many Black women face is that the body is on constant alert. It's smoldering kind of stress. What contributes to this smoldering is caring for children, caring for parents, workplace drama, financial struggles, and living in an impoverished neighborhood and racial slights, large or small. We need different armor against the things that are happening. And so what I want you to see in this is that there are things that are within your control. On the next slide, there was another, excuse me, there was another story in there talking about our perceptions of essentially what healthy is versus what is not, and the cultural aspects of what's considered healthy, especially when it comes to body image or when it comes to how we eat or what we eat. This section says, but efforts to dismiss those measures don't take into account that Black women are less likely than white women to perceive their risk for developing weight-related health conditions in the first place. And this section was in reference to changing the BMI scale. Changing this will take cultural shifts on many levels, including altering perceptions of what a healthy Black woman looks and feels like, and adopting more healthful eating habits and increasing rigorous physical activity. Put it in the chat. Tell me, what do you think is considered healthy? What do you see as healthy? Tell me, what do you see as healthy? I would remember, I don't know if you all have had this similar experience, but, of course, as a teenage girl, you might want your body to look a certain way. And my dad is probably 6'3", something like that. So he was tall. My grandfather was tall. And so when I was growing up, I was very tall and I was very skinny. And that's not really what guys like initially. So the cultural aspect of like being thick or being skinny, those sort of things impact us over time. They impact our self-concept. They impact what we see and how we approach being healthy. So put in the chat, what do you all consider healthy? Healthy is a mindset. Healthy is a mindset. Nani says being physically able to do whatever I want to do. Even if it's walking the wall of China. Yes, Nani. Even if it's walking on the wall of China. Absolutely. Mobility. Absolutely. Absolutely. Healthy is relative and a mindset, but I think, and I'll be honest, working out ain't my favorite thing to do. I need extra motivation to do it. But when I do it, I do it. Patricia says good mental health and being physically fit. But what I was going to say was that mindset does have to come with action. That mindset does have to come with action. So I want to share a video with you all. I don't know if you all follow me on TikTok. It's a video that I posted. Uh-oh.
So I ran across this article posted by NYU, and obviously with the title, Caregiving Stress Linked to High Blood Pressure. So I ran across this article posted by NYU, and obviously with the title, Caregiving Stress Linked to High Blood Pressure in Younger Black Women, caught my attention. Essentially, in the article, they talked about a study.
Mm-hmm.
That to me says that you can manage your stress, caregiving stress, with the right tools. And the last thing I want to talk about is breaking the
Absolutely.
cycle requires
So Bill,
immediate
go ahead and
and
pause that.
so don't let anybody, any doctor or any person,
So the moral of the
dismiss.
story is there is no award for the most exhausted person. No one in the world has gotten an award for being the most exhausted person. Let me know in the chat. If there is something different, if there's a trophy that I don't know about, if there is some badge for stress, if there is some, let me know. We have to take this seriously. We have to take this seriously. It's a new day. It is a new day, and you can start today. Let me know in the chat. I have something special for you all, and I need to get some energy in the chat. I need to get some energy in the chat because I have something that I've created that is literally a once in a lifetime opportunity because it will not be around next year. That's Zenobia says that's not the title award. The most exhausted person often gets awarded, which is not healthy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give me some drum rolls in the chat. Give me some drum rolls in the chat, excuse me, because I have been working on a top secret project. Okay? Top secret. Top secrets, top secret, top secret. And I am here to share it with you all. I am here to share it with you all. So this week we have been talking about embracing rest and taking the opportunity to rest. We have also been talking about the weight of family and the weight of everyone else's issues. But today, okay, today I want to officially, for the first time and partially the last time, but I want to officially introduce you to Worthy Without the Wait, the online course experience. And in this online course, you will untie your worth from being productive and being needed. Come on, somebody say worthy without the wait in the chat. Somebody say worthy without the wait in the chat. Worthy without the wait, because you are. And my goal for you, my hope for you, is that you see it, that you live it, and that you embrace it. So let me tell you a little bit more about this experience. In Worthy Without the Wait, you get 8 modules. And you're going to start off those modules by deciding to protect your peace and rhythm. You're going to unmask those fixer roles in those very specific areas at home, church, and in community. In module 3, you're going to learn how to help without saving people. I already told y'all, only Jesus saves. Only Jesus saves. Okay? Module 4, we're going to be talking about anger and resentment being data, not danger, because some of us believe that being angry is all that we are. Or if we show that we're angry, people won't want to be around us. I know that used to be me. Module number 5, we're going to flip that guilt switch. We're going to get deeper into beliefs in module 6. And in module 7, we are going to be working on rewiring our brain. We're going to be working on and working through how, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper into like a little brain science, not a lot, but as a therapist, I'm an EMDR trained therapist. And so what that means is I use bilateral stimulation with clients in order to go deeper than cognitive change. That's going to be in module 7. And in module 8, we're going to walk out and live the proof with your very own 21-day reset plan and capstone project. Everybody say 8 modules. 8 modules. Which one of these sound like is something that you need? Which modules? Which one of these modules would literally transform the way you show up? Which one of these modules? I want to see, because I built this and am building this with you in mind. So it won't work if 2 and 3, unmask the fixer, specific places, help without saving people. Awesome. Which modules? The guilt switch. Decide, protect your peace. Absolutely. Being indecisive can be distracting too. 5 and 6. Guilt, change your beliefs. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So, a little bit more about the program. This is a 6-week live course that's going to be happening October 1st through November 5th. We're going to be meeting right here in Zoom on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. I want you to know that this is not a class, okay? This is literally cultural shifting, life shifting. This is about grounding you. So y'all want to know more? Y'all want to know more? Awesome. And so let me tell you about what's included. For this experience and for this opportunity, we have 2 levels. The standard experience is going to be the full 6-week course with the live coaching, the restorative action plan, and the access to the recordings for $697. That's your investment. But then, we have, and I told y'all this is going to be the last time ever in life that you are going to get an opportunity like this from me. We have our standard experience and our VIP rest immersion experience. For $997, you get everything in the standard experience plus the Don't Call Me Strong retreat that happens in Charlotte, October 20th through October 23rd. And you get an exclusive rest planning toolkit. So I want to know in the chat, which of these experiences might be something that you need? Which one of these experiences, the live experiences or the standard experience just over Zoom through the 6 weeks, or y'all trying to meet in person in like a fancy house? Which one? Y'all getting quiet. Which one? Let me tell you, or no, let me show you just how much of a value this is. So this will be our third retreat, and the normal price for this experience is $34.97. So this is amazing value. You get 3 days of content. You get the pre-retreat group intention setting call. It comes with retreat materials and resources. Meals are included. You get access to legacy shifters. Fancy house. Need a date change, Zenobia? I'm hoping it's because what? Yes. Absolutely. This will be the last time that this experience will be offered in this way. But let me tell you the caveat now. That retreat is only available for 48 hours. So the opportunity to get a retreat and an online course will for sure expire within 48 hours. So what that means, if you purchase the Worthy Without the Wait VIP experience, you will get a complimentary in-person retreat as a bonus. I don't know nobody who's giving that or who's offering that. So let me show you a little bit of the space. Bianca, don't play the video on StreamYard, but I'm going to play it on Zoom. All right, this is our venue location. It's a quiet space. If we got some alumni on the call, they have had the experience. But here is a recap of the retreat that we had in July. We had amazing feedback. Mm. Awesome. Well, and can you guys hear me now? And there was no more audio at the end, so that was fine. But Don't Call Me Strong is one of those things that you have to be there to experience. A lot of support, sharing, a lot of realizations, a lot of rest, of course, because that's the primary goal. And this experience is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So again, choose your path. What stands out? Standard experience. We've got the full 6-week course with live coaching. Virtual option only is what the standard experience is. And then we have the VIP rest immersion option that is only available until Friday, September 26th at 11:59 p.m. Enrollment closes on the 30th of September, and the first day of the course starts October 1st, 2025. So we do have payment plan options. You can pay in full, or you can start your plan for as little as $116 per month, but we do have a 10% fee that applies when you break your payments up. We can break the payments up in three, or we can break it up into 6, whichever one works for you. But the most important part about VIP is that there are only 3 spots. There are only 3 spots. Somebody put 3 spots in the chat. 3 VIP spots in the chat. But there are many more endless. There are more virtual options, but 3 VIP spots. And so you would be considered a VIP if you would like the overnight option in person. And both levels come with the option for a rapid reset session with me, where we have a focused conversation on how to create your reset. Okay. Let me know in the chat what stands out. What questions that you have? Do you have? What questions do you have? What questions do you have? Does this sound like a restful experience? What beliefs are coming up right now? Maybe that's a better question. What beliefs? But I would love to serve you. Don't Call Me Strong is a labor of love for us. Natosha says she's in Minnesota. These are great offerings. Awesome. Great question, D. So the retreat is held at a vacation home here in the Charlotte area. The name of the retreat is called Water's Edge. I'd be more than happy to go back to the slide for you. And so it's at a private vacation home here for you all. So yes. Awesome. No problem, D. Be more than happy to answer any more questions. Okay. If there are any more questions, again, the offer will disappear. Oh, these are awesome sessions, but I definitely get that. Thank you, Ivoni, for for putting that in the chat. Like I mentioned, we have ways to make it more feasible for you. So if the payment options seem like that's something that you would be able to do, we'd be more than happy to set up a call with you. But if there are no more questions, we'll go ahead and get into tonight's winner. Are we ready, team? All right. Tonight's winner is Patricia Bostic. Congratulations, Patricia. You are the winner of Kobe Campbell's book, Why Am I Like This? Congratulations. If you would send a message to, or a member of our team will reach out to you to get your information, and we will get that over to you ASAP. I have enjoyed you all this evening. Please connect in the Skool community. Let us know, what are those cues? Did some cues come up during this session? What are those cues that we might be brushing off? I will see you here tomorrow for day 4 of Rest and Reset University. You all enjoy your evening and take care.
Black women, have you ever felt like you've been the caretaker for everyone else in your life? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's time to break free. Our exclusive membership community, Legacy Shifters, we've created an experience specifically for Black women just like you. Through live workshops with me, Montina Myers-Galloway, a licensed therapist, and my expert team, plus a private app-based community of women who understand, you'll gain the tools that you need to set boundaries, to prioritize yourself without guilt, and create a life that's truly yours. Don't wait. Join today. You'll save with our annual membership discount. Visit legacy-shiftersmn.co. Say it with me. I deserve this. Legacy Shifters is here to help you live it.